right. So I'm currently on the phone with Joe. He's another musician that reached out about the current interview series. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a chance to introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Joe. I'm a drummer for more than 30 years. I played almost everywhere in Europe, a lot in Sweden. I had the chance to play a little bit in the States, and currently I'm in Berlin. I'm teaching a lot, and I'm doing a lot of session work. And if the opportunity is there again, if the pandemic is over, I hope to play much more live again.
Excellent. So with these interviews, I always like to start in the beginning. When you first identified with music, what did you find that was important about it, and what made you continue to do it for so long?
Well, I got in touch with rock music due to my uncle when I was a little kid. And it was mostly British music, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple. And it was a certain feeling I got. I didn't understand the lyrics because I couldn't speak English at that time. Mm-hmm. It was a feeling that hooked me, and I still have that. I probably, like many others, I then started to record radio shows from DJs with a small microphone in front of the speaker to hear the music again, and was always a little bit angry if the DJ had to talk during the song.
Sure. Okay, so you started pretty young. At what age did you start learning your instrument, drums?
Quite late, 14, when I was 14 years old. I was in touch with music a lot before, but I couldn't decide for an instrument.
Okay, and what made you lean towards drums?
That was when I discovered Kiss, and I've heard Peter Criss drumming. There I knew I want to be a drummer. And I listened to all his drumming, all the music from Kiss, and the power of the drumming. It took then a second, and it was clear I want to be a drummer.
Okay. And once you made that decision, did you start doing like private lessons? Did you, get a kit set up in your house and start learning? What was your process for actually getting going with it?
I took lessons. In my hometown, there was a quite famous drummer from Germany, and I got the chance to get some lessons from him. And half a year later, I bought my first drum set. And then it was still lessons, but also a lot by listening to music, playing along records, and to discover things on the drums by myself. But I think it's a good mix to have lessons and to really learn and to, let's say, mess around on your kit and find out stuff.
Sure, definitely. So was there like a school program where you went to school that you were able to be a part of and learn percussion as well?
No. Not at school. I took private lessons from a drummer.
Okay, sure. So how long would you say it was that, you were playing drums, you were learning, and then when did you feel comfortable actually playing with other people?
Well, let's say it took a year, but it was not really playing with other people. It was just messing around. But after 2 years, I've been able to do my first gig with cover songs. Stuff like ACDC, Easy Beats, and stuff like this. Well, that's how I started then.
How dare you suggest that ACDC has easy beats?
Well, actually, the second I said it, I regretted it.
That's okay.
I love Phil Rudd. He's one of my top drummers. I love it. Actually, I was playing along to records, to ACDC records, a lot, because this is the best click you can ever get. It's better than a metronome.
Yeah, and like when they're like rudimentary beats like that, they're really pivotal to learn. So songs like a bunch of the ones that AC/DC represent, I poke fun, but they are actually a really good band to learn drums to, because of some of the more hit songs have that simplistic beat, but then you get deeper into their catalog and it starts ramping up.
They have a lot of feeling in their playing. The guitars, the bass, the drums. It's a lot of feeling, and it's not an easy beat. These guys know what they do, and they know it by how they feel the music. Yeah. And there's not another band who can do it like they're doing it.
Absolutely. So, were you participating in like cover bands then once you did get comfortable?
Yes, we played covers, um, mostly from bands we discovered around that time, which was still Kiss, which was Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses,
Hmm.
Skid Row, glam rock. Quite a lot of glam rock then.
Okay. And do you feel like that's kind of the genre of music that you kind of always envisioned yourself participating in?
It's rock music, yeah. It's rock music,
Hmm.
which suits me best. But I respect any other type of music. I love listening to it, but I'm a rock drummer. I'm not a jazz drummer.
Sure, sure. And so did you eventually start working with like bands that were developing their own original material, or do you kind of prefer working in the more like cover band circuit?
Well, we started then, friends of mine at that time, to write our own material, but it's a learning process and it takes a little bit of time. But I think the creative part is still, it's more challenging if you write your own songs, but it's always fun
Hmm.
to play covers, especially if you do a little bit your own interpretation of it.
Hmm. Okay. And so where do you see yourself now? Are you you mentioned that you're anxious to get back out and start playing shows again once COVID has reached a point where we can actually do that. Are you working with your cover band to get out there and do shows, or are you currently developing new material? Give me a synopsis of what's currently on your plate.
Okay, well, I came 2 months before COVID started to Berlin. And before that, I've been 18 years in Gothenburg, Sweden. And the reason I came to Berlin is because I wanted to discover a new music scene.
Hmm.
Well, it didn't work out. So I decided I can't sit at home. So I started a project with Grant Stevens called Area X, and we've done 3 covers. We have done a cover of um, the Easy Beats, Good Times, which went very, very well. So, saying this, at the moment, I spend my time mostly in the studio to record songs, also for other artists, and I teach quite a lot. I'm very busy, 3 days a week teaching at a music school, young kids who want to learn the drums.
Okay, so in addition to being a rock drummer, you're actually in the learning process of teaching other people how to do it as well.
Yes, that's right.
Excellent. And when did you pick that up and start teaching? And what was the motivation for
Oh,
that?
quite early, quite early. When I moved to Sweden in 2002, I opened a drum school in Gothenburg at the West Coast, and I had quite a lot of students from the age 5 years old up to 45 years old, and it was
Awesome.
very interesting. So I discovered that almost 20 years ago to teach.
And did you just decide one day that you kind of wanted to share the drums with people, or was there other motivation behind starting the drum school?
Quite honestly, I don't know how this happened, but suddenly I was teaching, and there were more kids knocking on my door. Can you tell me how it works playing drums? And that's how it got started.
Well, that's cool. That's a pretty organic way to just get
Yeah,
a school going.
it was very interesting. There were also many kids from different nations. I had kids from England, from the States, France, Hungary, Holland, Germany, Norway.
Mhm.
It was great fun.
Awesome. So, this next question I'm going to ask for two different things. First of all, where would you like to see your drum school get to? Like, do you want to grow it and have more people teaching drums at your school?
No, no, no. I
No.
see myself teaching those people or kids
Hmm.
or adults who are
Okay.
really interested to learn this instrument and not who want to just try out. There I would put my energy in. But as I said in the very beginning, I hope that the pandemic is soon over and I see myself on the stage again.
Okay.
playing live with other people who share the same passion and doing a great rock and roll show.
Yep. So that was going to be my next question. Of
Right.
once we are able to get out there and play live again, where would you like to see your musicianship get to? Where would you like to see your cover band grow to?
Cover band. Well, as I said, we've decided to record these 3 songs because we couldn't play live due to the pandemic. So we never had a big goal. We want to go there, or we want to record an album, or we want to play live. The pandemic here is still at a point where we really can't say what will happen next week or next month.
Sure.
So I would say if anyone comes up from this project with a new idea, let's record something. And all the other members are up for it. We do it.
Okay.
And I can imagine that we play live when the opportunity shows up again. But there's not really a plan because we can't plan at the moment. We can't.
Yeah, it is difficult at the moment for sure.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's how it is.
Okay.
We can't change it.
What are some of your favorite memories of the time that you've been working in music? Things that really stand out to you?
A big highlight was, when was that? 5 years ago. I've been to Los Angeles and I had the chance to play the Viper Room on the Sunset Strip. That was my first time I went to the States. And I heard a lot from the Viper Room, the Whiskey, the Roxy, the Rainbow. And I've been there and I had the chance to get on stage there where so many artists performed that I've listened to when I was a kid and a teenager, that inspired me. And this energy in this club and the whole Sunset Strip, that was really, really something special, I would say. Apart from that, I played other great clubs here in Europe. I played, for example, very known club in Gothenburg, Sweden, Sticky Fingers. That was also a great experience.
Awesome. So what are some links where people can check out like the covers that you put out and see what else you're working on?
You just should Google Joe Tyburn on Google it, or on YouTube or Facebook. And the project is called Area X, AREAX. And the covers we've done is they're called Good Times, Paradise, and we actually have done a cover of In Excess, New Sensation.
Awesome. So I always like to give the person I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out their last word. So just a message that, you kind of feel resonates with you.
Oh, well, I don't know if this really is about music or about life in general. Do what you like, and you will do great experiences, and you will always have success. Do really what you like, who you really are. If you're a musician, play music and believe in yourself and find your own style. And always be grateful that you can perform on stage or that you can record something other people listen to. That is what I would say. Yeah.